Welcome, my friends. Welcome back to the show. My name is Dieter. I'm your host for this video, Dieter von Schurer, and I happen to be the owner of a little family company located in southern Bavaria. Southern Bavaria is located in Germany. And we've sold art prints, mostly with a Japanese focus, in weekly online auctions since 2001. And more recently, we tried to present you more contemporary artists. And in this video, I want to present a new artist, Dennis. No, not Dennis the Menace, but Dennis Gordon. I repeat, Dennis Gordon is his name. You see him in the background. Nice guy, by the way. And Dennis has developed a kind of special procedure how to create art prints in colors, multicolor art prints. Dennis Gordon made his Bachelor of Fine Arts in 1976 at Tulane University. I'm not sure if this pronunciation is correct. Tulane. Anyway, this university is in New Orleans in wonderful Louisiana. And Dennis, he works in all kind of printmaking techniques, also in all kind of painting techniques, watercolors, painting in oil. And one day, Dennis began to experiment in combining photography, digital image processing, and a laser cutting machine. Yep, that exists. Probably you never heard about that. And hand coloring. What's so special about multicolor art prints, my friends? Well, you won't believe it, but for art prints, it is still a challenge to create a print in colors. Why? Creating a print in black and white, well, wouldn't say it's easy. Yeah, I mean, me as a printmaker, oh my God, yeah. But the effort and time that requires to make an art print, a multicolor art print, is a multiple higher compared to a print in black and white, yeah. But why do artists want to make a print in colors? It's quite simple. It sells much better. Yeah? The market does not want so much black and white prints, but the market wants art prints in colors, my friends. Before I'm going to explain how Dennis Gordon creates multicolor prints, I want to make a little excursion into the history of printmaking. Yes. If you're not interested, okay, there's always an exit button, and I'm not insulted in no way. Okay, let's go a little bit into the history of printmaking. After mankind had invented a way to transform speech and images onto a piece of paper or papyrus, as in Egypt, paper in China, where paper was invented, there was a problem how to duplicate text or images that was on a piece of paper. The approach how to solve this problem was completely different in Asia compared to Europe. In Europe, during the Middle Ages, monks in cloisters, they copied by hand and with ink and with feathers, real feathers from birds, yeah. They copied books like mainly the Bible by hand, yeah. So this was a complete manual job, no technique, nothing. In China, they had invented the paper, and they had invented a printmaking technique, how to get text or images on a piece of paper. They used wooden blocks, woodblock printmaking. And into this, you must imagine a flat wooden block, they carved text, characters, for instance, Chinese characters. And afterwards, in order to print ink, the raised areas of the block, ink was applied to it. And then they took a piece of paper, flat paper, put it on this flat wooden block and pressed against the paper with a tool called a baron, or you could use the flat palm of your hand as well. And thus they could also duplicate text or images. Well, this printing method, woodblock printmaking called, came from China to Japan, and the Japanese managed to refine this technique more and more and bring it to incredible perfection. During the second half of the 18th century, the Japanese found a way how to create prints, mainly images, in more than just one color, because of course before it was all in black and white. And how did the Japanese manage to print, to create prints in more than one color? By carving one block for each color. Very tedious, very time consuming, but it worked. At the beginning like this, they created prints towards the 18th century in just 3 or 4 colors. But towards the end of the 19th century, they were easily able to create incredible art prints in up to 20 different colors. And the Japanese, by the way, they call these multicolor prints. You may read this expression every now and then in a book about Japanese prints. They call it nishiki-e. So nishiki-e is another word for multicolor prints. In Europe, the development was completely different, or rather different. During the 15th century, a German with the name of Gutenberg invented the movable type printing press. And I'm now going to show an image of the guy. Yeah, took it from Wikipedia. It's copied, not stolen. I think that is legal. Anyway, he invented this movable type printing press and some other inventions in the field of printmaking. And this machine enabled up to 240 page impressions per hour. Well, imagine this progress compared to the hand copying by monks in cloisters before. In the field of art prints, also Europeans used woodblock printmaking and wood engraving like in Asia. But the development went more in the direction of etching. That means using steel plates or even flat stones. And this technique allowed very elaborate, very detailed art prints, very detailed images, but only in black and white. And now the questions: how did Europeans solve this problem? How did they create color prints? And you won't believe it. It's absolutely crazy. Until the end of the 19th century. End of 19th century means 1899 or 1900. Practically all original etchings in black and white were hand-colored. This is how artists or publishing companies created color prints in Europe until so roughly late 19th century. This video is about Dennis Gordon, the printmaker. So sorry, Dennis, for this little excursion to the printmaking history. And now really back to you. And now let me explain how Dennis solves this problem of color woodblock prints? Well, in his first step, he uses digital photography. By the way, I can show you another image which shows him here in his studio. Well, in the second step, he uses a computer. Dennis is pretty good in computer processing, the digital processing. And then in the third step, and now this will be a little bit surprising for you, for a collector of Japanese prints or other art prints, especially for those who like woodblock prints. Dennis uses a laser machine that can carve a wooden block. You may never have heard that, and it's actually rare, but I know there's a studio in Japan that uses such a machine, and yeah, Dennis works with such a machine. I haven't heard it too often, but it does exist. And this laser machine connected with a computer can carve the wooden block. And then, of course, you could pull a print from that, just as if this wooden block had been created by hand. But again, then you have the problem, this is a print in black and white or just in one color, but you want a color print. How does Dennis solve now the problem? How does he get color on these prints? And you may already guess it if you watched his photo carefully. There, you see, in his right hand, he has a roller in his hand. And now let's go back to this print image of Venice Canale Grande. Dennis applies the color by using this roller and rolling different colors over different areas. Of course, this cannot be done very precisely, but this gives a charming touch to such art prints. And there you see, I guess he used here 4 different colors. Blue for the sky, of course, this kind of greenish yellow for the water, and here another 2 colors. And the black, well, that comes from the ink from the wooden block. Let's take a look at some other images of his. Yeah, it's especially obvious for landscape prints. Yeah, here an image of a creek, and another one here, logs. I think this is a view from Canada. I'm not quite sure. And a last one maybe. Well, just some trees which cast their shadow on the ground. And what's so fascinating for me is with this technique you create a strange light to these images. Yeah, to me it looks kind of surreal, even a little bit eerie. It's like, yeah, this is planet Earth, yeah, but this is not the light we are used on planet Earth. This is like another copy, another habitable planet somewhere in the universe, comparable to Earth, with an habitation like this. It's kind of surreal, and this makes the fascination and the charm for me. Now let me close this video by citing Dennis, by quoting Dennis with his own word, with which he explains how he applies this technique. So I'm now beginning the quotation by Dennis. My learning path of image manipulation software and how to create an image that etches into wood in a way that allows for an exciting woodcut print has been a slow process. Creating an exciting image with photo manipulation software is not too difficult, but creating an image that can be broken down to just black and white for woodcut engraving is another matter. These woodcut images are then often combined with rolled-on relief inks to form the completed woodcut print. End of quotation by Dennis Gordon. And end of my video. Thanks for watching, and I would be pleased to see you for the next video. And until then, please take care of yourself.